Sports betting brother, and hey, bring it up, and thanks for stopping by. My name is Boyd, I'm a sports betting market analyst with OddsJam.com. We teach you how to bet like a pro. Today's topic is NHL. NHL is just getting started. The hockey league's just getting going. It's an absolute marathon. But I want to go through some basic bets, some simple fundamental bets, so as you're watching, you can start this kind of foundation of knowledge in NHL betting. So let's take a look. All right, guys, so the three mainline bet types in the NHL are money line. You can just pick a winner. It's going to have correlating odds and correlating values there. I'll show you in a minute at OddsJam how you can identify a good value when you're picking a money line bet in the NHL. Also, the puck line. The puck line is sort of like the point spread. I'm going to show you an example of that, show you how that works. And the third type is just the totals, the over-under, the total goals scored. We'll show you how to find value there and talk to you about that. So let's go over to OddsJam and take a look at these screens to show you where you can hunt and where you can find these positive EV bets. All right, guys, here we are at the positive expected value page of OddsJam. It basically is going to provide you all the information you need, the percent edges in the market for particular bets in the NHL. You can see we have a few here we're going to go over. Now, the bet size is actually set up on your parameters. You can do it in settings based on the Kelly criterion of your risk factors. So if you have a $1,000 budget, a $5,000 budget, a $50,000 budget, you can go in and you can put these settings in to help you quickly work through the determination of the bet amount, the bet size based on the amount of edge you have in the markets. With the OddsJam tools, you can see here, it's giving you Fliff. The Fliff is a sports book you go to get the Pittsburgh Penguins at plus 215 on the puck line. So we'll talk about that here in a minute as far as puck line bets, but you can see here's a money line. So this is just pick a winner. This means you would take the Nashville Predators at bet 365 at plus 150. You have a really nice market width of 14 that's nice and low, and you have a really, really good 3.86% edge in the market. So in this case, on this budget, that person would put in $130. Now you can click on this link and open this up. It'll show you the markets of the different pricing of different sports books, again, based on your settings. So you can see here, this plus 150 is definitely an outlier. You know, the average price is plus 135. And so obviously you wouldn't go here to put this bet in at plus 128. You're leaving money on the table. But you can see here some of the market making books and kind of where they're positioned with the market, and getting plus 150 on this situation is a good value, which is how, again, you use the positive expected value page is to help you identify these winners. Now, if you add this in, you simply hit the plus. You would go to Fliff, place that bet, and in the bet tracker, it's going to keep track of this for you, so you can go back and follow along to see how you're doing in the various bet types and using the positive EV page. So you can see here there's some NHL games here to take a look at and do homework with. So that's the first stop on the tour of how you would identify positive expected value plays in the NHL. Again, next up we have the money line. So here's the mainline markets that I talked about: money line, puck line, and totals. We're going to go through each one real quick. And of course, the money line is pick a winner. Just pick a winner. You can see here the matchups, the games, and you can see the correlating odds. And again, this is why OddsJam is so important, because it helps you identify the best price in the market. So if you feel like the Vegas Golden Knights are going to win over Seattle, just picking a winner, you would place that bet over here at minus 156, which is really right there close to the best odds with Pinnacle. And you can see here, this line's just went up a tiny bit, kind of a tick. You can see that red color. This will be color coordinated and show you the market movements. And so this just went up a tiny bit. That's a good sign that that's a good selection. And you can see right there, boom, FanDuel's what we were talking about. Why would you go to BetMGM in this situation and risk 175 to win 100 when you could risk 156 to win a 100 as better pricing? You're saving a good chunk of money just on that single bet, just on that one bet. Correlating also are the dogs. So why would you go place $100 to win 128 when that same $100 could win you plus 140? Again, there's $12 just laying on the table, $12 just because of the location of the bet type. So you can use OddsJam to identify the market movement. I want to show you can actually open this up. You can click on the charts here, and it's gonna open this up. When I clicked on that chart, you can see the movement, the market movement. So this, at this particular time on October 9th, which would have been yesterday morning, it was a minus 158. You can track and trace this line movement. See, it's at 152. It's gone down a bit to 155 again, and now back up to the 148. So you can see, and also in the pricing here, how this has changed on this particular game As you scroll down, when the markets first opened up, you can watch the pricing and kind of see where the markets have gone. And having these charts and having this information available is really, really key, because you can see which sports books are having adjustments in pricing, and you can track and trace this to see if it's due to injury, due to a particular situation or scenario that might be affecting the game. But it really helps you identify the time of when the markets had changed and adjusted. So this is kind of interesting because it started off as 155. What this tells me is that you're getting some feedback with, or some input on Seattle, because this line has gone down, and so that market has adjusted and has changed. So that's what you need to know. You need to know these details of what's going on in the market and kind of understand the reasoning why. But this, again, is something you can use on a daily basis to identify money line. All right, here we go with the puck line. You can see here the puck line is the sort of the point spread of the NHL. So if you feel like the Lightning are going to win by more than 1.5 goals, so if they're going to win 2-0, 4-2, 3-1, whatever the case, they're going to cover this 1.5 goal puck line, you would get 153 odds, so plus 153. You can see here how the markets are changing and adjusting. You can see the red means the pricing is adjusting, the green means the pricing is adjusting, going different directions. And so, as always, OddsJam helps you identify the markets, the market making books, the pinnacles, and their pricing, and so you can identify pricing outliers using this tool. It's outstanding because it's going to show you where the markets are going, where you want to be and where you don't want to be, and where the value is, so you can make sure you make the best selection at the best sports book at the best price. And again, you get better odds with the puck line, but of course they have to cover that point spread or cover this amount of goals. But again, when you're getting a higher scoring team, maybe going against a team that's struggling scoring goals, it can really be a good maneuver to use that puck line, which some people don't do because they just kind of want to pick a winner, but then they get worse odds on the money line. But again, you can kind of pick and choose which direction you want to go based on the game type, and then the markets, the market information that OddsJam is providing to you. Here we are with totals. Totals are over-unders, and you can see here over-under 6.5 goals. You can go here with a different number at 6. Most of this market is right at that 6.5 range, and so of course now you're looking for who has the lowest juice on either side, the lowest vig on either side, and that's what the best odds category here does for OddsJam. It shows you the market information relative to the best pricing and where you would go to get the best pricing on a particular wager with the lowest juice and the best number. You always with the best number. They say, you don't bet games, you bet numbers. But I looked up a couple of quick little tidbits of information that said the majority of the games in NHL conclude with 6 goals or less. So you have about 91.3% of all the historic outcomes in the NHL ending in under 6 goals. That's 6 kind of a magic number. So you'll see a lot of 5.5, a lot of 6. But the most common outcome is 3-2, occurring in about 10.6% of the time. And then a little bit further down the line is 4-2 and 2-1, each coming in at about 7.7 and 7.6 respectively. So I thought that'd be kind of a nice little tidbit of information, as there's some key numbers here in this NHL system. So you can see a lot of 5.5s and 6s, as I mentioned. So anytime you see 6.5 and above, 7.5, that means they're anticipating a very high scoring game. So you want to take that into account here. You can always keep track of some of the injury information here, just to see if there's maybe some players that are out, and so you can kind of double check that in the markets here before you place your wagers. So lots of great information here using OddsJam, using all the tools here to make sure you're putting yourself in the best position with the best price, and really using this to your advantage. All right, guys, there you have it. Those are the mainline bets in the NHL. That's sort of the foundation, sort of the place where you would start if you're just getting going with betting on the NHL. Lots of fun, great long season, lots of things you can do to get better and better, understanding the teams, understanding the markets. We're going to get into alternative bets, alternative lines in another video, so make sure you look out for that. And while you're looking out for that, make sure you join the channel, make sure you get involved. And as always, if you have any questions or things you want me to cover relative to this, put that down below. Happy to respond to you and take advantage of that. Make sure you take advantage of Boyd 20% off as you get started with OddsJam, using all the tools, all the resources I showed you. And as always, appreciate you stopping by. Let's go make some mathematical